So, as a recap, let's look at this again. Kim or Kam means black, black as coal, the land of the blacks, the black land is where we get the word Kemet from, and it's a people from Kenya, Tanzania, and Ethiopia. It's ancient Egypt. Then we have him or Ham, means the same thing basically, black. It was a son of Noah, and we see a similar spelling with Kam, if we have the CHAM and the KHAWM. And I want to point out that it also can mean servant and majesty, and this again refers back to Egypt, the land of Ham, Egypt. So now we can read Ezekiel 11:17 with a better understanding and plug in the missing translation and their meanings. Therefore, say, thus says the Lord God, I will even gather at Kam, you Kam, you blacks from the people, and assemble the Atkam, you blacks, out of the countries where ye have been scattered, Baham, in Ham, in the land of Ham, the land of Ham being black lands in Africa. And I will give La Kam to blacks. And then we have the word eight, which means you. So he's saying to you, blacks, you, the land of Israel. Do you see it, black man, black woman? So every time you fill out a United States census or job application and it asks you for your race, what do you check? Black Americans. I can end this video here. But just in case this isn't clear, the Most High has left clues in his prophetic message to you, because in this day everyone understands who the blacks are. They're not referring to the Egyptians, Kenyans, Tanzanians, Ethiopians. When you say black people, you're talking about African Americans. That is our title, blacks. So the Most High, in his excellent wisdom and foresight of the future, put this clue in the Hebrew text. So when people read this 1,000 years later, if they didn't know for sure who the Israelites were, who is he talking to, if they couldn't identify who God is going to gather, they could read the words Baham, Lakam, which means to the blacks. The blacks will get the land of Israel. The Most High will gather the blacks. It's all that simple, people. You just have to study the Hebrew, and now you understand why translators left out this translation, said it's unavailable out of the English Bible, because they are wicked. And your pastors who tell you not to read the Hebrew are influenced and paid by the wicked. And those who refuse to use the proper Hebrew, the old ancient Paleo Hebrew, and want to stick to the Hebrew of our enemies, modern Hebrew, and don't want to use the name Yahawashai, they are blinded by their wicked teachers. And if you don't get his name right, you will not make it into the land. As I showed you earlier in this lesson, there's two groups, And I'm going to point out one more translator error right here. So let's recap Ezekiel 11. After the Most High tells us that he's going to gather us into the land. And he says on verse 19, and I will give them one heart, and I will put a new spirit within you. And I will take the stony heart out of your flesh and give them a heart of flesh. What's that saying? Meaning he's going to renew the way you think. It's going to take out that pride. It's going to take out that error. It's going to take out all that mischief and deceiving nature that you have and your sinful desires. It's going to remove all that. Give you a new way of thinking. Why? Verse 20. That they may walk in my statutes, and keep my ordinances, See, that's what he wants from you. You people want to know, what does God want? He wants you to walk in his statutes, to keep his ordinances, and do them. And they shall be my people, and I will be their God. But here's this other group. But as for them whose heart walketh after the heart of their detestable things and their abominations. You know, using the wrong name for our Messiah, that's an abomination. It's detestable. You're not giving him proper glory. You're defiling his name with the name of his enemies, your enemies. You are committing an abomination. He says, I will recompense their ways upon their own heads. So see, you're going to be left here to suffer the recompense. It's going to fall on your own head. And that's that meteor hailstorm and the tribulation that follows after that, when it's going to get so bad in this world that people are going to start cannibalizing you. But I don't have to go into that in this video. I'll say that for another video. But let's go back here to verse 17, because I want to show you exactly where I found this separation. Let's see if I can click on it. There we go. We're going to do the reverse. That's easier for me to get through here. And let's see. The translators translate this word here. Is it this one? I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries. So we have, he's going to gather you from the people. They took a generic word here and said people. But let's look at this definition. This word here has a biblical usage. It could be nation, people, persons, member of one's people, compatriots, countrymen, kinsmen, kindred. So this is what they could have said. They kept it general, people. He's going to gather you from your own kinsmen. So every black person ain't going to Israel. Some of you blacks are going to be gathered to go, and some of you are going to be left here to stay and suffer. He's going to pull us away from our own black brothers and sisters who refuse to accept his truth, who refuse to get the name right and call him Yahawashi, who won't keep his commandments, who wants to stick around and follow the Gentiles' customs. He's going to pull us who keep the commandments, who knows the name of the Messiah, Yahawashi. He's going to gather us away from them. So I'm warning you with love to get serious about your beliefs and to research and research again and to swallow your pride, because you're going to be left here if you don't. That's the conclusion of this lesson, but I've included a little extra for those of you who want to research and dig into this deeper. Enjoy. From the people and assemble you out of the countries. There's the word kemet right here.
is at com. Hebrews left to right. I mean right to left. So they put et cam or chem et. Kemet. From the people and assemble you. So you could say from the people and assemble Kemet